What's going on, guilty guys and gals? Welcome back to Dra. Let me... Whoop. There we go. I might be doing free time events on this one. I'm pretty sure. You guys voted for Tsurugi. So, like, overwhelmingly. It was 8 votes for Tsurugi, 1 vote for Satsuki, 1 vote for Mikako. And I don't know if you're even allowed to do Tsurugi's in this chapter, because he seems like he's having a moment, but that's fine. We will defy the laws of physics and hang out with Tsurugi regardless.
Rarely. This day was one I was able to sleep without much difficulty at all. It was a very bad situation, but because the thought about leaving the school after investigating with everyone, I didn't have anything else to think about tonight.
There you go.
Everyone, did you sleep well?
How did I sleep? Well, the bed was definitely more fluffy than the dorms, so it's comfortable, at least.
We're still in the same situation, though. It's alright. Don't be too discouraged. If we focus on our investigation starting today, we'll surely be able to find some means to escape.
Yeah, at times like this, it's the more energy you need to have. So, let's eat a delicious breakfast and then do our own investigation.
Wait. Food distribution is important. We can't eat like this.
Distribution?
That's right. We don't have enough food left now. We can't leave Tsurugi and Rei out.
Do we really need to? They don't even cooperate with us. Will they even support us?
If you don't, they will die. Mikako's right. It wouldn't be good to act with personal feelings without really knowing when we'll escape.
Then how should we distribute it? Leave it to me. The ability to analyze the amount of food and distribute it is also a maid skill.
I guess we'll leave it to you then, Akane.
6 people with the current balance. No, if we distribute to 8 people... 1 croissant! This is the amount we each get for 1 person.
It's so tiny! I wouldn't even call it a snack!
I can't help it! This is roughly the amount calculated for 4 days with 3 meals per day.
We'll be full after eating this. I think I'm becoming more hungry just from looking at it. Be better off not eating it at all.
Then I'll get your daily tax. I'll eat it.
Who says I'm not gonna eat it? I'll eat it.
It's a big deal if food runs out while we remain in this state. I was faintly relieved to hear there was at least some food left. Akane, is this really a good distribution? It seems less than the amount I saw yesterday.
It is less than the amount we had yesterday. Perhaps Tsurugi and Rei ate some.
What? Those guys? They secretly had a late-night snack? That's it. It's gotta be them.
Hey, you shut your mouth! You don't deserve to talk to others like that. Looking at it, who's to blame for all this anyway?
That was... Well... I'm sorry.
Those 2 searched the ballroom all day while you were sleeping.
Seriously? How does Mikako know that?
I also was awake, doing my search. So, I ate a little too. I'm sorry.
You were eating while investigating. It can't be helped. But if that's true, then this is a big deal. Even if we could last 4 days with this, we'll really be scraping by.
Seeing the ridiculous size of 1, we were devastated and lost as to what else to say. The silence only lasted for a few seconds. I'll ask. So, how many meals did Haruhiko and Satsuki eat yesterday?
It was maybe 1 or 2 meals.
Then, couldn't the 2 of them be stripped for 2 meals? That way, the others could share because they didn't get to eat it.
Huh? Excuse me?
Are you complaining then? It's your fault.
I'm not, but it wasn't the case. We didn't know anything. Isn't that a little harsh?
I think it's harsh for us because you behaved the way you did without thinking.
Wait, are you angry because we were hungry and everything was already digested?
I'm saying that! Exactly, yes!
At Teruya's sudden suggestion, the mood became a little dangerous. It's worrisome. If this continues, a fight might happen.
Of course we got nothing to say, but I'm just saying it's a little too harsh on us. Look, if you got nothing to say, you're still talking. Do you know what? You know making excuses isn't really reflecting good on your actions. Hey, aren't you saying a bit too much?
That's enough. Everybody stop. Fine. Okay, I'll starve.
Satsuki.
It's true, we did something wrong, and if you cannot forgive me for that, then I'll cut my 2 meals for someone else.
Dang. Now I feel bad. It's not like I can't forgive. Huh, I see. If you look at her, it's got nothing wrong with being a sinner, then I guess I could have my 2 meals? That's...
Wait a minute. Are you sure you'll be okay? No matter how much is left, we could still share it.
They said they would scratch. Let's respect their wishes. We don't have time to argue. It's pointless. And I'll scratch 1 meal too. I ate a little at dawn as well.
Kako.
Well, then about this meal, will Yuki and Teruya at least eat with me?
Go ahead. Will you guys eat? We'll be investigating. Oh, and Teruya, I know how to reflect on myself. Please don't ignore that. Hope you have delicious rice. Oh. Wait, this is rice? I thought it was a croissant.
Anyway, there was a little awkward mood between us, and we only ate with the 3 of us, myself, Kakane, and Teruya. Because half of the 6 people left, we ate twice as much as we'd originally intended. Somehow, it seemed everything was decided so suddenly. Since they didn't have any complaints, it seems okay, but is it really? After our meal, the investigation for our escape began. I decided to do this.
Morning. And by this, you mean nothing? Cool. Okay, it's actually free time. So I guess we're going to do Tsurugi's free time event right now. That's cool. What's going on, guilty guys and gals? I guess I don't need to intro this because it's not the beginning of the video. But Tsurugi Kinjo's free time events. I might not get through all of them today because the episode ended up running a little long. Shockingly. I was like, wow, it's been like 40 minutes and we still haven't got to the murder. And I didn't even get to the murder. And this is another 30 minutes. So I'm probably going to do everything except the last one. And then we'll just start the next episode with the last Tsurugi Freedom event. Seems how I'm about to go to bed in the game anyway. So let's see what's going on with our favorite Mr. Policeman. Way better than, I don't know, other ones.
You get to do this voice at least. Wow, that was a long sigh.
Tsurugi, are you alright? That was a long sigh. You should get that checked out.
Huh? What's wrong? Did it look like as if I weren't feeling well?
Yeah, I think that's your whole arc right now. No, I just thought it was a rare sight to see you let out a sigh so deep.
It's nothing serious. Just feeling a bit frustrated about not knowing when we're gonna get out of here.
I get that. We've been investigating so much already, and we haven't found many clues.
If only I could have stopped Monokuma at the gym on the first day we got here.
Don't fret over that. What's done is done, and Monokuma is well beyond what a single individual could handle.
Kept lingering in my thoughts. How could I, the so-called ultimate police officer, let a criminal like him run free? When I think that I've been talking about eradicating all crime in the world, I can't help but feel dumbfounded at my naivete.
Tsurugi genuinely strives to act on his beliefs and attain his goal of eliminating all crime. That must be why he's so anguished by our present situation. Don't be so hard on yourself. Nobody blames you for what happened, and no matter what, you're our leader, Tsurugi. Well, you were.
I would reconsider that last statement if I were you. I'm not someone who deserves to be trusted, after all.
Yeah, but you do. You're...
No, I don't. I know it from experience. Since that incident,
Tsurugi?
Sorry, it's not the appropriate time to talk about that. Pretend I never said it. It's about time I get back to focus on our investigation. Have to inspect every corner of this building. I can't overlook any possible clues.
Somehow, I could feel a sense of loneliness from Tsurugi as he walked past me and disappeared into the hallway. I stood for a while staring at the direction he left and then decided to leave myself.
Alright. Alright, we're back at 10:20. Alright.
Come on, guys. Let's eat.
Shaken from the investigation, we then gathered back for dinner. We felt a sense of weakness that we weren't aware of. We didn't find any clues, and the amount of meals was less than this morning.
Me and Sasuke were kinda hungry because we scratched 2 meals. Why is the amount decreased?
That's... I think Tsurugi and Ray ate more. They don't really know about the distribution.
Those bastards really did it. They're only thinking for themselves, is that it? Hey, if they don't know, I'll teach them. Let's go pick them up.
Wait, if you heat things up for no reason, it'll make things harder. I think there's going to be a night broadcast soon, and it's late today, so let's eat this and go to bed.
But if we do that, won't the food disappear again at dawn?
We can't help it. We don't need a lot of food if we rest and sleep. On the other hand, if we spend more time awake, the more severe our hunger will get.
There's still some left. Let's do what Yuki said.
If we eat this, I wonder how long it's gonna last. But you ate the rest between me and Sasuke, right? It's a big deal for me. I'm really hungry now. Even if we missed 2 people, it wasn't much even after we divided among the 4 of us. And it's your fault in the first place. Truya, you were the only one who suggested going with that idea. Can you please cut me some slack?
Guys, stop it. If you have time to complain, then it's better to eat. Now we're mediating with words like these, but I felt a little bit of tension between Haruhiko and Teruya. Everyone's been under a lot of stress. It needs to be solved. Somehow, I have to...
I couldn't find anything new today. It's just one day now. Let's look more closely. Every nook and cranny.
You'll get hungry, so everyone stop and sleep. We'll talk about Tsurugi and Ray tomorrow.
I don't think the nighttime broadcast has come out yet.
Let's follow Yuki's words. When Satsuki falls asleep, I will forget about being hungry. Good night, everyone.
I mean, food is a big deal, but you know what's even a bigger deal? Water. And we haven't discussed that at all.
This is a school announcement. 10 p.m. Nighttime has begun, but you don't have to sleep nor stay in your dorms. Good night.
It's 10 p.m. Let's sleep so I don't get too hungry.
Alright.
Everyone's still trying to act cheery, but if we can't get out of here sometime soon, it's likely that dangerous things will happen. I was so hungry, but I tried hard to only grab the bare minimum and force myself to sleep.
We're back.
I am so hungry.
One night's sleep and breakfast after waking up, but the amount for one serving was even lower than yesterday.
I'm sorry. We ran out of food during the night again. I reduced the amount further, calculated for 4 days.
Tsurugi and Ray again.
It's definitely difficult if it goes on like this. I'll go talk to them after eating. It's not a big meal, rather a small bite. It's only been a day, but my hunger is getting worse and worse. If we don't do anything about Tsurugi and Ray, it'll be harder than it already is.
Do you have to calculate for 4 days? It's like we're confirming we'll be here for that long.
That's right. With that negative mindset, the investigation doesn't really work. Wouldn't it be better to eat full and escape all at once instead of paying attention to the remaining food?
Yesterday, if anyone found something, when you said that, you wouldn't get angry.
Sorry.
The amount I calculated is the same as the first day in the ballroom. It counts as 4 days from that moment, not 4 days from now on. That way, I think I can prevent the refrigerator from being empty. Am I doing something useless? No, it's very good. No matter how hungry, if there's nothing left, everyone would become different.
The amount of food is small, so it takes little time to eat. Then I'll go find Ray and Tsurugi so that everyone knows the situation by the time before lunch.
Yuki, I'll help you out. Isn't it difficult to deal with those two alone? I'll check on Ray so you can focus on Tsurugi.
Oh, thanks, Akane.
Please do. We'll be investigating.
Well, we have to convince Tsurugi and Ray. Let's leave Ray to Akane and find Tsurugi.
Alright. What is this music? Is this Day Before the Future? No. Maybe? No. This is like a remix of the Island 2 theme or something from Danganronpa 2. Something like that.
Tsurugi, there you are. Yes, Tsurugi, I have something I need to tell you. I already mentioned it. I have nothing to talk to you anymore. It's important, though, so please listen. We found more food. You and Ray, you're both acting apart from us, so you don't know about the food distribution. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I don't know what you're doing about this distribution, but are you saying she and I are eating too much? We're distributing the food so it can be eaten over the next 4 days. But since you guys weren't with us, the distribution's getting smaller and smaller. As it stands, we'll run out of food soon. I know that you and Ray are working hard for the investigation, but we want to do our best to investigate too as much as possible. Shameless. It's because of you all that I ended up running out of food like this. But Arihiko and Satsuki weren't trying to. Now I think it's more important to join forces than fight each other. Cool down, Yuki. If it's a food problem, don't worry. I only eat 1 meal a day right now. Are you okay like that? I don't care. Because you're solving the amount of food for about 3 meals at once, I'm also concerned about food, so I'm controlling my own intake. I don't know how Rei Mikaru is handling hers, but at least you won't run out of food because of me, so leave. You're controlling the amount. That's why the food's disappearing quickly? Are we done? Leave me. It's more convenient to do investigations alone. Tsurugi, why the hell are you doing this? With everyone, cutting yourself off, ending our communication. Being in the ballroom is a dangerous situation. Can't you work with everyone just for now? You guys don't know anything. You don't know anything about how I feel. Well, if you don't tell us anything, it's pretty hard. We don't have the ultimate clairvoyant with us or something. That would be convenient. Tsurugi, who I had been talking to after a full day, looked somewhat emaciated.
That means, like, hungry, right? Essentially, he looks hungry because he's, like, shriveling up a little bit.
And it seems like he was hurting somewhere in his heart. It's like he could only see pain. But there's nothing I can say to him now. What changes have come to Tsurugi since Kinji's execution? Like he said, I don't know anything about how he's feeling.
Part 2.
Yuki, do you have any time to spare? Well, yeah, why? I need to interrogate you for a moment.
Would you care to cooperate?
Interrogate? I mean, sure, but why me?
It's not just you. Everyone else all went through it. It's what I normally do with suspects.
What? Do you think I'm a murderer?
No. I said suspects. You must not be hearing me properly. By default, I treat people with about 20% of skepticism all the time. Police officers should be ready for anything that could happen, after all.
Even God?
Yes.
Then what should I do?
Don't be nervous. I might sound frightening, but it's just asking you what you did before coming here. Your personality and stuff like that. Here, why don't I start with this?
Tsurugi and I spent a few minutes asking and answering some ordinary questions.
That'll be it. I think I learned some more about you. You are very average.
Wasn't it more like a normal conversation between friends than an interrogation? You didn't even, shine a light in my eyes.
Between friends? Yuki, you really think of me as your friend? I am your worst nightmare.
Of course. We're classmates. Isn't that enough for us to count as friends?
Not usually, but okay. Well, I appreciate your sentiment. I'm afraid I can't pay you back with the same amount of trust and affection you're giving at me.
What? What do you mean?
I am not a trusting person. You might already know this, but I take pride in my work and adhere to its principles at all times. Therefore, those principles are inevitably a part of my everyday life.
Yeah?
In other words, developing overly intimate relationships has the potential to put my judgment at risk when it really matters. That's why I try not to grow attached to anyone.
Not even to... Oh, wait, we knew that. Do you mean you can't trust us at all? Or can't trust us completely?
No, I want to trust you all. Giving trust and growing attached are separate things. But you know this isn't an ordinary school life. Life and death is at stake. I think I went too far there. Sorry.
You might not think the same, but I think of you as my friend, so at least keep it in mind.
Friend. Friends, huh? Alright, Yuki. I'll try my best to get along with you as much as I can. Until chapter 3, then I'm out.
Though it felt too awkward to be a conversation between friends, I could sense that Tsurugi was trying to care for me in his own way. I talked a little more with Tsurugi before parting ways with him.
Alright. Wow, that wasted a whole adventure. I don't even remember. How do I get to the e-handbook? It's objects, right? No? I've definitely done it before. I could have sworn it was in here. Oh, I don't have the e-handbook. That's right. It got taken away. Well, I kind of wanted to check who I hung out with, because I don't know how many points I got with anybody. Oh well, whatever. I don't need points. I'll just struggle. I don't know which room is mine. Never mind, we're going to do it anyway. This time I won't make you mad. Okay, so Akane's are finished, okay. A rat-sized dinner? I think I'm getting used to it now.
No, I could never get used to this. What is this meal that you can eat in under 20 seconds? Well, the taste is good, so at least there's that.
Yuki, Akane, Tsurugi, and Rei, how did it go?
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys were talking to them about the food problem, right?
Yeah, we talked about it at first, but... Tsurugi, He said he was only eating a meal per day. The amount isn't different from the one we were eating, but he said that it's because we eat 3 meals at once. The amount is being adjusted, so don't you think we'll run out of food because of us?
Adjust the amount? What the... But why is there not enough food? It doesn't make any sense.
In the end, I only heard vague answers, and he didn't want to explain how he's doing it. Sorry.
That guy, he seemed to be getting weird these days, right? Although, he was already strange. It's like dealing with us is making him more nervous.
Akane, how was Ray? Sorry, I didn't really get a proper answer either, but I was just insulted by asking. She said I looked like a pig that couldn't eat enough food. Are you saying neither of them ate much at all?
What kind of crappy excuse are they talking about? The refrigerator here is proof that the food is dropping. Everyone can see that.
Be quiet. Akane, you did your best. If we look at the amount of food, those two, whether they're telling the truth or whether it's falsehoods. Yeah, if we think about the amount of food, I can't think that the two of them are eating by adjusting the amount.
It's clear they have to be lying. In the first place, they wouldn't even bother to tell us, right? Tsurugi's...
What? Magnetic flux?
Tsurugi's freaking out about dealing with us, and Ray was indifferent since the beginning.
That's pretty much true. Is it the work of individual play?
Or is Teruya stealing? Maybe. I don't know.
Nothing will be different if we keep talking here. We have to get out of here as soon as possible.
I mean, I'm so hungry, I can't even investigate any sense anymore. There's no letter C in Clue. It's been 2 days already.
What does that mean?
There's no I in Clue, but there is an investigation. It's been 2 days already. The ballroom is relatively smaller than the school, and we still haven't found anything.
Apart from us, Tsurugi and Ray couldn't find anything either, right? So, can we really get out?
Okay.
Yeah, you can, even right now. If you kill. In the ballroom, of course. You can also leave Hope Speak Academy.
Monokuma!
Hiya! It's been quite a while, hasn't it? Pew!
Why don't you go away? I'm not happy. I'm hungry and pissed off the investigation isn't making any progress.
Why did you come out? Well, I prepared an arsenal so that you could do spectacular murders, but everyone didn't think about killing one bit and did an investigation in vain. No matter what the intention is, you really are trying to make us murder. Think about it. You guys aren't too stupid to think, right? If you just kill, you can get out from the ballroom in the school in no time. The hunger will fly away like an airplane. You're noisy. If you're here just to say that, then leave right now. No, this is for personal purposes. Actually, I had something to tell you all. That's why I showed up. It seems you're all trying to investigate, to find a way to escape without killing. Even though it's a wasteful effort, I'm going to try and give you a line of hope by looking over your efforts.
What?
It's simple, actually. Treasure hunt! There's a treasure hidden somewhere in the ballroom. I'll reward anyone looking for it. Clear as water, right?
What else are you plotting?
Well, this isn't a clue to escape, but wouldn't it be better to have something to find rather than just looking through the air like now? No way, there's nothing. There has to be a clue somewhere. What kind of treasure is it? What's the prize? That's a secret, but it's hidden somewhere. The person who's looking for it will get to know that when it's found by me. You don't need to know what it looks like or what it is. And that prize is something you all have lost.
What?
The cell phone, maybe? Our memories, perhaps? I don't know, one of those two.
Make sure you know this. The treasure has been hidden somewhere, so if you look for it real hard, you might find it.
A treasure? Is it their wallet?
I don't think so, man. He said something we've lost. What have we lost?
Don't become nervous. I think you mean nervous.
Yes. Mikako?
We can't sell ourselves to this. Can't afford it. That's probably right. Monokuma, with their own words, said it. It isn't a clue to escape. Is there any reason to even find something like that?
I don't think so.
It's clear and obvious they're trying to confuse us. So don't worry. We'll do what we originally intended, guys.
Yeah, I think that'd be good. Everyone will get hungry, so let's go to bed for today before it gets worse.
I said it, but when Monokuma said something we lost, I started to get worried. I don't know, but a few days ago, I had a conversation with Ray on the 4th floor corridor.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe it's just an overreaction. Even so, I can't afford to care about it now. If we don't escape from the school, someday...
Well, that was weird. It was a weird musical cue. Yep.
Let's go to sleep. Forget about treasures or prizes. It's all Monokuma's trap. I was so hungry that I couldn't fall asleep, but I closed my eyes and forced myself. Because of Monokuma, there were things crossing my mind. I was barely able to calm my mind, I guess. I don't know. Hungry.
Hey, you alright? Is it because of the mood? Don't you think the food has decreased even more?
It's not because of the mood. It has decreased since yesterday. Now there's really little left. Distribution to a minimum isn't even possible.
Tsurugi and Ray's...
What is he trying to say? Don't know.
Tsurugi and Ray's... attitudes. Are they really planning to take away our food?
Hey, Tsurugi and Ray, would they really eat food without discrimination?
Then who else is there besides them?
Oh, no matter how bad it gets.
Tsurugi is... Well, he's been weird these days, right? And Ray has always been like that, right?
Who ate it doesn't matter. The only thing for sure is there's little food left. We need to spur the investigation.
But no matter where we look, there's nothing! I'm starting to feel like it's really over.
Yesterday, Monokuma mentioned he hid a treasure. Why don't we look for that?
But that's a trap. We decided to ignore it last night, right?
We don't know. It could tell us something really important with a...
A what?
That's sort of a double bluff. Whatever the content, when Monokuma gave us something, it was never a lie.
But do we have the time to look for something like that? If we don't get out of here soon...
Let's move on. There isn't much time left. Move while you still can.
Opinions diverged for a while, but eventually there were no results from our investigation, so I decided to look for something that looked like the treasure. The question is, could our stamina hold on?
Alright. What is this? Why is it the... I almost said your turn to die music. That would be wrong. Another episode music. It's not hidden in the plants.
I'm gonna find the treasure.
I bet I can't even find the treasure, but I'm gonna look anyway, just in case. Is it back here? No. What about behind the Kisaragi sign? That would be my guess. Whoops. This room is also suspicious. You guys didn't see Monokuma pop in here? I love how they're just hanging out in this empty room. It's so funny. Okay, now the music has changed. Sure. Na, 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 na. Hey, there's Akane. Check the dressing room. Oh, there's a Teruya. That's not the treasure.
Oh, what do you mean, man? I am a treasure, alright?
Yeah, but not the one I'm looking for.
What is that supposed to mean? What part do you wish to okay. Yuki, I have a question for you.
Huh? What is it? Is it more interrogation?
No. Last time you called me your friend. I don't have any friends. Spent my entire life in the police force, which means I've never had any exposure to a normal life.
You were a cop as a baby?
Yes. I solved baby crimes. That's why I can tell you. That's why all I can tell you is about my work or other serious topics. You still think it's fun to talk to me?
Fun isn't really the point. Plus, the baby story is kind of funny. These conversations help me learn more about you. They don't necessarily have to be fun.
Okay. Learn about me? Now that's something a murderer would say.
Yeah, no matter the topic or how you think of the rest of us, I think every one of those small interactions contributes better to understanding you as a person.
Oh, that's what you think, huh?
Why'd you say that so sarcastically?
I didn't mean to.
Speaking of your work, I want to hear about the cases you worked on. Could you tell me about some of them, if you're okay with it?
Crime cases?
No, brief cases.
I'm not so sure. Looked at so many cases and incidents.
It's fine. Maybe you can think of something that left a strong impression.
And I, as an on-duty officer, am a dispassionate individual who only acts according to set procedure. You'll detest me as soon as I finish speaking.
This is,
Do you still want to hear it?
Okay. I mean, you've said it. I want to test you. I want to know everything about you as is. Tsurugi looked as if he was trying to avoid communicating with the others, so it didn't feel like there was a true friendship between us, but if it'll break down this wall...
Alright, I'll tell you about a case that ended in my decision. I think it was about 3 years ago. Should be familiar to you. The bombing at Tokyo Tower.
Oh, that! There was a terrorist group that broke into the tower. They took people inside as hostages and made some demands, right?
Right. The terrorist group was one of those pseudo-religious cults, turned violent. Every one of them was full of crazy beliefs.
But didn't you stop them in the end? I saw your interview at the press conference.
That's what was told to the public. In reality, there are people who deserve much more credit than me. I used to work closely with a detective I personally knew, and his co-workers. He was a friend of my father, helped me work in real crime scenes even when I was only a baby.
Wow, he must have been a good person. I mean, who else would let a baby on a crime scene?
Yeah, thought of him as a second father. His co-workers were also nice to me. We often worked together to solve many cases. Sometimes they give me applesauce. When the bombing incident happened, we tried to rescue the hostages through our combined effort, like we always had. But then we fell into the terrorist trap, and everyone but me and my team was taken captive.
What? What happened next?
What do you think?
Did you die?
What? Most of the hostages were moved to safety at that point. The situation was almost under control, and that's when that mass capture happened. Neither I or the backup team outside knew what to do. So we just blew it up. The terrorists were going to use the new hostages to flee the scene, They're certainly going to carry out more attacks if we let them go free.
I never heard of that. I saw on TV that you and the other officers took care of everything without problem.
The media doesn't cover every bit of unnecessary detail. Telling people that a police team was taken hostage would only spread fear. And we know the media never spreads fear.
But the terrorists were stopped in the end, right? What did you do then?
What do you think I did?
Killed them all. Probably. That would be...
Tens of terrorists, and with them tens of police officers. If I let the terrorists go, they could set off a bigger attack that could result in hundreds or thousands of casualties. So, I shot them.
Shot them? With a gun?
No, with a camera. Yeah, a joint operation with the military. We were able to borrow their rifles instead of using pistols.
No, not that. Didn't you say your team was taken hostage? Did the terrorists not use them as a human shield or something?
Oh no, they did. They did! They were trying to reach the exit using the hostages as shields.
Wait, but if you shot them while they were like that...
I killed them all. Every last one of them. They were like animals. I slaughtered them like animals.
Are you serious?
Yes. I have a spiritual connection to Anakin Skywalker.
You killed your teammates along with the terrorists?
Yeah, it's my only option. I couldn't allow them to go free. The only people who knew of it were me, the backup team, and some military officers working with us. We were able to cover it up. And there was a guideline that gave us some leeway in how to respond to emergencies.
But still... You said he was like a parent to you. And to him, you went on to...
It was a cruel decision, but it was the right one. That's how tense that situation was. You probably don't understand what it was like.
Nope, not at all.
Sure, you might not understand.
Sure, I might not understand it, but it's plain wrong. Letting someone you care about die like that, it's...
Yuki, there are times in life when those choices become inevitable. What will you do when I try to kill you? Your stance may differ from mine, but that's the way I think. See? I warned you. It always turns out like this. I go on a date, and I tell them I killed a bunch of people, and they don't come for a second date. I don't understand it. People say that I'm contemptible once they find out everything about me.
Well, have you ever considered that maybe you're just contemptible? No, I don't think,
Think however you like. I have no regrets about my choices. They died, but with their sacrifice we eliminated the threat of those malicious terrorists. Saved countless lives that could have been lost from future disasters. I mean, it's not like terrorist ideology is carried through, We said they were, religious radicals, so surely no other terrorists will ever rise up like them.
What Tsurugi did may have been logically right. He sacrificed a smaller group for the greater good. But there was nothing humane about this procedure.
I think I know what you're thinking of me right now, and it's fine. I don't care. Still, Yuki, I was glad you considered me your friend, even for a short time. I'll go back to investigating.
I watched Tsurugi's back as he walked further and further away. I couldn't call him to stop. I couldn't say anything at all. Will I still be able to accept him as my friend? I decided to leave.
And that's the end of Tsurugi for today. We will do his last big one next time, which is half the video. Woohoo! Where he probably says,
Yeah, he told me to do it.
or something. I don't know. I'll save my thoughts for next time, but you know how I feel about Tsurugi already because of Straw 2. Oh, Tsurugi, you fool. Anyway, back to it.
I slept like a dead man, without listening to the sounds in my stomach.
It's now 10 p.m.
No progress was made today. After a very small amount of dinner without nutrients at all, I returned to my room and went to bed to preserve my strength. It's already the third day. Food is almost out. What should we do? I can't. I'm too hungry. I have no strength to stand anymore. Sleeping seems like the only thing beneficial to us, both physically and mentally.
No, don't go out there. But I want to find the treasure. Oh.
Time goes by meaninglessly, thinking that I have to do something somehow. I fell asleep with the thought that maybe we could leave tomorrow, holding back my hunger one more day. It wasn't clear at that time there was something already growing since a few days ago.
A growing despair. Akane, is there food left? I'm gonna die of hunger.
Eating doesn't improve anything. The amount we get is so small.
I'm so hungry I can't sleep at all.
Still, I'd feel better to have something in my mouth rather than not eating anything. Why is it taking so long, Akane?
Missing?
What's missing?
There's no food. The refrigerator's empty.
Huh? That's a lie, right?
Come and see it yourself.
Why are you lying?
What do you mean?
It's a lie. This can't be happening. It's true. Not even crumbs or leftovers.
Oh, what? What's going on? Why is this?
Why did they do this? We're the only ones in here.
Tsurugi and Ray.
How many days have they been doing this? Now the time has come for an all-out attack against us. Even the rules are null for them. In that case, if we used violence...
Are you going to try to fight them?
Stop that. It's not the same as in... What?
I'm so confused. Okay.
It's unavoidable. Food was going to run out. We're just going to lose more strength.
But we can't just leave them who've eaten all the food. The proof is right there. Proof that they ignored us.
Well, seeing us as criminals, Haruhiko, you mean like you?
What?
What does that mean? Haruhiko Kabashikawa, you can't be hungry, because at dawn, you ate it.
What? What'd you say just now?
What did you eat at dawn?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The speed at which the food disappeared. It was much faster than the other two. All morning yesterday I was hiding in front of the dining room. And I figured out the cause. Tsurugi and Ray, they didn't even approach. Not once since yesterday.
That means that... You mean Haru ate the food in secret in the dining room? Haruhiko! You...
What are you talking about? There's no way I could eat all that food.
Bad, Kobazin! I'm so disappointed! Wow, really? How can you do that as a human being? Get out and die already! This is ridiculous! There's so much I can't say anything else! Satsuki has nothing to say?
What? Why is she...
He wasn't alone. Haruhiko Kabashikawa and Satsuki Uranami, the two of them, robbed the refrigerator together. Satsuki?
This is where she needs that whistle spray. There we go. Okay.
Ah.
I only saw yesterday, but maybe it was the first time the food disappeared early at dawn.
Hey, Macaco Kurikawa, you're being kind of vague. How do you know if it was really a man or not? Tell the truth, you bastard! Up until now, you filled your stomach while pretending to be hungry in front of us, huh? Oh, no. Wait, Makako's the culprit. She's doing this and trying to cover it up with Satsuki and me, right? Don't be stupid. Something was weird when you think about it. If you're so hungry, why were you the only one who could stand it anymore? Everyone except for you was hurting. Trying to make a fight with Tsurugi and Rei was the purpose of driving away your crime. That's far-fetched. You guys are going to believe Mikako without proof and blame us?
Haruhiko, I'm sorry, but we have no choice to believe but to believe what she says. You just confessed you were the culprit.
Huh?
If you were really unrelated, you would say blame me, but you wouldn't say blame us. You might claim Sasuke ate alone, but you're not really refuting Mikako's words. Unconsciously, you're kind of making it seem more likely it was the both of you. That means you ate the food with Satsuki. That fact, isn't it because it's stuck in your mind? If we infer with that...
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. Because of me and Satsuki. Well, yeah, because we're actually friendly. I just wanted to defend her without knowing, okay?
Kobasing, let's stop now. Doesn't make sense not to fight with each other anymore. Let's stop, but that would mean... Everyone, I'm really guilty. That's right, Kobasing and I are the culprits.
Hey, come on now. You really...
Since when? When did you start eating secretly at dawn?
Well, of course since yesterday.
I'm sorry, from the second day, I was so hungry I could not stand it. Then Kobasing suggested me, like the wind, and led me into this.
Hey, Satsuki, if you blow it out of proportion like that... So, almost as soon as we got here, you started to sneak in at dawn, at the same time, right? You two can't complain anymore, right?
Stop, Teruya.
Huh? Why?
Satsuki, Haruhiko, I just wanted to know. Don't force yourself into a fight anymore. If you're really sorry, then investigate harder.
Kako... Why? Why are you going so easy on him? Of all the things, I really thought Tsurugi and Rei were the ones who did this to us. But because of them, now we're starving. And we're all gonna die.
We just have to get out before that can happen. If we don't have anything else to eat, then we have to escape today. Let's believe in that and investigate. There has to be a way. Yeah, like Yuki said, I'm still hungry, but if we fight more, then maybe we'll be able to get out. Haruhiko and Satsuki, of course, even though it's a little painful, they couldn't stand the hunger, and I guess I understand that well enough.
Oh, Yuki, Akane.
Mikako. Mikako, sister. Akane, sis.
Okay.
Come on. Even if you're the culprit, you didn't actually commit murder, right? So let's just investigate. We have to get out of here.
What? What is this? I can't accept this.
Okay, bye.
Teruya.
It must be a temporary feeling. There's no food anymore, so there won't be time for meals. But this much, I don't know how much further we can go. When the night broadcast rings, let's gather again. Hope we find something today.
I mean, I'd probably be Teruya in that situation.
Eventually, all the food was gone, for two selfish reasons. But if we punished them here according to Teruya's idea, the mood would only get worse, and we wouldn't get out of here any better. However, the situation is really serious. If we don't find something today...
Morning. And now it's playing Monokuma's theme. This is so weird. I've been recording way too long. Usually I get to the murder case in this one, but I guess we'll save that for next time. I keep thinking that's my door when it's actually this is my door. Considering Tsurugi's free time events are probably going to take me like 30 minutes or at least 20, I'm going to end it off here for now. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed those Did I say Tsurugi free time events? Tsurugi free time events. It's been a while since I got to do Tsurugi's angry voice.
Hey, what's going on?
You know?
I'm not letting you out of here.
Good old Tsurugi. Gotta feel bad for the guy. Having to go through this twice, not something I wish on my worst enemy. But hey, I'm sure everything will be fine and there will be no trauma whatsoever in the next episode. So, I would like you to comment. What would you do to Haruhiko and Satsuki? Would you be more of a Tsurugi or more of a Yuki? Because, honestly, I mean, both make sense. Those guys were kind of being jerks. And by kind of being jerks, I mean probably facilitated our deaths. And Yuki is right. If they just focus all their effort today on restraining them or something, they're not going to get anywhere. But, here's the question, right? Monokuma said suicide was not possible for this. Like, he specifically said that you weren't allowed to do a suicide case for this. What happens if one of them dies of hunger? Because there's no culprit there. Do they just not even do a trial? Does Monokuma just come out and tell them that it was completely... like, it wasn't a murder? Like, what happens there? Anyway, I guess we'll never know, because that doesn't happen. But, yeah, food for thought. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye!